I'm Andy, that's Kirstin, and for a few weeks now, we've been making our way through the Florida Keys and up the east coast of Florida, aiming to get out of the hurricane box. Last time, we enjoyed a quick reprieve in Isla Mirada. This time, we experienced the highs and lows of sailing as we make our way to New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
I woke up 15 minutes ago. Actually, I got out of bed 15 minutes ago. I'm still waking up. I haven't had my coffee, but we're ready to pull anchor. We gotta make it to Biscayne Bay.
This guy's losing his mind. There's nowhere around here that we can go to shore. All of it is private. You know, we do have a potty pad in the back. That's taken care of. We're getting going this early because I want to make anchor before predicted storms roll in at about 1 o'clock. Like 107 or something, isn't it?
Index 105 to 109. The tips they give you. Drink lots of fluid, stay in the air conditioning, which we do not have.
About 2 miles, count them, 1, 2, from where we're gonna turn in. There's like an outside anchorage and then an inside harbor. The outside anchorage actually doesn't look very busy, which is pretty nice.
The breeze feels nice. I think it's coming like straight off the ocean, so it feels nice and cool. We're next to a nice little state park, which hopefully we can go take the dogs to shore. They can walk around on some solid land for a little bit. Can watch all the fancy, expensive fishing boats go by.
Kirstin just gave me a little bit of the tisk, not too bad, about being careful what I wish for. Because right behind you, right behind the camera, is what looks like a pretty darn good storm. And I said, that looks lovely. I wish that it would just come here, wipe the boat down, cool it down. But yeah, maybe I don't actually wish that it would come here. Just like hand shoot it.
Very stressed, lots of emotions. I wasn't like, there was lots of adrenaline and I wasn't really scared until those 2 bolts of lightning and the thunder like immediately afterwards. There's been no lightning since then. Oh, this is the first time I've been cold in weeks. Feels so good. Oh, I feel so bad for the dogs.
They're both stressing.
I mean, surprisingly, like Spock is the one that's like up and about.
This is exactly what you want to see when you're in a storm like this. The anchor hasn't moved more than like, the boat hasn't moved more than like maybe 5 feet back. And that, oh geez. And that is just when the anchor got taut. And then now the boat's just swinging back and forth as the wind grabs it.
Sounds like it's lightening up. Nice, you can still see some blue skies right there.
Well, got the boat washed down that I wanted, and it was an exciting way to do it. So it's a win-win. Now we just gotta wait another 30-ish minutes and this should all the way be past us.
A few moments later.
We're just gonna go check out, I think it's Bill Baggs State Park is the name of it. Got a little it has a little harbor, no name harbor. It's supposed to have shore access. We can walk the dogs, maybe fill up some water bottles. There's a restaurant there too, but don't know if we're gonna hit that up tonight. Not perfect, but probably about as good as she's gonna get without having 2 lines.
That's cool. I feel like we wandered into a rainforest.
It is pretty nice.
Also, shout out to Andy. He went back to the boat and got us bug spray. Otherwise, we would not be surviving right now. This is really nice nature trail.
Hike.
You know I love a good nature hike, walk. So this is pretty cool.
We finished up at the park just in time to get back to the boat to watch the sun peek out from behind the storm clouds and give us another beautiful sunset. But we woke up the next morning, made a quick trip back to the park, and we decided to get ready to set sail. We were only staying one night in Miami, and then it was on to the next location. It's moving day again. We've been on the march for the last, closing in on 2 weeks? So we've been on the march for the last 2 weeks, made great progress. Today, we're hoping to start kind of a big jump. It's kind of tough. What's kind of tough is deciding whether or not to leave today. The forecast in southern Florida is basically the same for the entire month of July and August. Every day, it's forecasted to have scattered like thunderstorms. We're leaving today, even though there's forecasted storms on the route, because there's gonna be forecasted storms on the route every single day from now until August, September, or something like that, and we gotta get north.
We are going, I'm trying to figure out direction. Northeast?
Here's north.
Oh yeah. Okay, northeast.
31 degrees, magnetic.
Yes. We have 8 knots of wind coming directly behind us. We are doing 6.1 knots, so there is almost no apparent winds. We have an itty bitty little bit of sail out.
Yeah.
We're still going almost 4 knots and 13 knots of wind. We're trying to miss some storms out that way north of us, so we're going like east northeast.
The boat is pointed due east, but we're in the Gulf Stream, so we're also drifting to the sideways, like we're drifting towards the north a little bit because the current's pushing us. But yeah, the boat is pointed due east, and then we're gonna turn around, we're gonna eventually point the boat due west, and the only progress north we're gonna get is the Gulf Stream like pushing us up, because we're like 8.7 miles from Fort Lauderdale, and it is 2 o'clock. And we're trying to not get there until about 3:34. So we need another hour and a half to 2 hours, kind of the back and forth like this.
It looks like we're going directly into the storm. The plan is to be on the back side of it so that we can keep making progress north, so that we get north of Fort Lauderdale and Boca Raton before the next storm comes. I was just like really, I mean, it looks beautiful back there, but I was hesitant to go back because it's gonna be like this every single afternoon. So we gotta keep moving. Got my trusting Captain Andy. He's got his hat in sport mode. Exactly. Still smiling, even though I know he's super stressed. Well, I mean, we're both stressed. So this isn't accurate. We're not actually right there. We're up north a little bit, so this is what's right in front of us. What we're trying to avoid, but should be just rain in a little bit.
We had made our decision and we were going to stick to it. We would turn, drop the sails, and decide to push straight through the first line because it looked like there was a nice gap we could fit into behind it as we continued our journey north.
Back into business mode with the hat.
We made it through the first line. Now we're like sitting on the back side of it, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can see it. We're like to the left, it's like much clearer. To the right, it's like the line, and the storm is over there, and we're just trying to go like right up the back of it because another one's coming in about an hour and a half, and so we want to be almost 20 miles north in 2 hours to like get past it.
And there's stuff that developed like directly behind us too. I don't know if you could see that lightning strike behind Andy.
Yeah, like none of that back there was forecast. Like over there, over Miami and whatnot. None of that was forecast. Morning. I'm on watch. Kirstin's downstairs. Pretty uneventful night, but we are losing the wind as forecasted coming in the morning. So we're going to have to turn on the old Iron Jenny to push up the speed. We have quite a ways to still go, and we really need to get there definitely by sundown tonight. So we'll probably motor sail. The sails aren't useless right now, but we'll turn the motor on and give them a little bit of boost here in just a few minutes. I don't think we would have had to have done this if we didn't have to run from those storms, you know, yesterday afternoon, evening. That cost us quite a bit of time. Everyone's trying to hide from the sun. It just came back out, it's hot. Spock's behind the chair, Pike's in the shade. Kirstin's laying down on the side deck. Someone's gotta, you know, drive the boat, so I just got my sun shirt on.
And after a little bit of time in the sun, a few more storms popped up right in our path.
Oh look, here we are again, in the middle of storms. Middle of the afternoon in Florida. We could have made, I won't say better or worse choices, but different choices through the night and yesterday when we were dodging storms. That put us further behind schedule than I realized. So originally we were already supposed to be in the next harbor, and now we're just under 20 miles away. There's just a little band here, so we'll get through this and then we'll get there. But here we are again. Made it through, and knock on wood, nothing else is going to pop up on us before we get to the inlet. We are like just a hair over an hour from being inside, out of the Atlantic, making our way to an anchorage. It'll feel good. Alive.
There's more storms?
I think they're a good ways up though. Like I think these buildings here are like where we're going, or somewhere close to them. Almost there. Like 1.5 miles from the inlet. from there to there.
There would be no more storms on this passage, just a pleasant sunset sail into safe harbor, guided by the 130-year-old Ponce de Leon lighthouse. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, for me, it's just kind of a stark reminder of like, obviously there are places of like have and have nots in the world. And the United States, for as much as people take it for granted and find faults with it, some legitimate, some contrived, it's a pretty darn amazing place that people would like risk their lives building those sorts of things, going through like 90 miles. It's not just 90 miles of ocean. You guys understand they're crossing the Gulf Stream, which can get incredibly dangerous. And they're willing to like risk all of that, you know, in one of those things to get here.